Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? It's Auer back behind the microphone once again. Back with another Progress Ramble, number 4 this time around. It's been like 8 months, not quite, it's like 7.5 since the last one. That was in the beginning of, I think it was January 1st. We're now midway through August 2024. Kind of late on this one. I was supposed to make one of these in like July, maybe early August, but I've just been lazy. But yeah, we're recording it now. I was kind of actually thinking about just skipping this one and just like making a longer one, like end of the year or start of next year. But I feel like that would have been like a 3-hour long ramble because there's been like a lot of updates that I want to cover. So yeah, I figured it would be better to just make one here. Yeah, once again, I'll move like chronologically, starting from like the start of this year, what I've been doing and what updates they've added to the game, and yeah, finish the vid off with like future stuff. I recently got a new mouse. Well, it's not really like a new model, it's the same that I used previously, just like the default Logitech G Pro, the not super light one. Yeah, G Pro wireless. I got a new one. They were cheap, like 60 euros. I've used this one for like a month now. The clicks are still pretty loud, you can probably hear those. Hopefully it's not too distracting. But yeah, like the mouse hasn't worn out yet, like the previous, or like the one that I had previously. I used it for like over 4 years. The clicks were actually pretty silent on that one, at least compared to this one. But yeah, let's get into the meat of the video. I'll once again like throw some pictures on the screen if there's something to show, I guess. So yeah, let's cover these updates because there's been actually quite a lot of stuff added to the game. Obviously, I'm just talking about the ones that like affect my account type, like level 3 UIMs or level 3 irons. So I think in January they added Herblore. Might have been like February, I don't remember exactly. The continent looks nice, like I don't mind it at all. It's a pretty cool place. They added like the only relevant thing for me, I think, at least, they still haven't released the second part of it yet. So like the part 1, the only thing that was actually like relevant to my account was the 6th herb patch, which I didn't mind at all. Like it makes Herblore slightly easier, or like faster, I guess. But it's really not a big deal because like you have 6 herb patches now instead of 5. Like you still have to get the seeds, you still have to farm all the herbs. Like that 6 herb patch isn't really that big of a deal. And like it's like Herblore is just like time gated IRL, so instead of having to do like 15 years of farm runs, you now have to do like 12 years. So like it's still pretty big time commitment, I guess. So yeah, I don't mind the 6th patch at all. It's pretty easy to access as well with the Hunter Cape. It's kind of crazy because like when UIM was released, like level 3s could only do, obviously I wasn't playing at the time, but like level 3s could only use 3 herb patches. like the Falador one, Gather Bee one, and Ardoin. But like with Zeah, they've added 3. The Hosidius one, Farming Guild, and now Varlmore. So like Zeah basically has doubled the amount of herb patches. Obviously there's been like loads of other updates that have increased the herb rates, like Ultra Compost and yeah, just easier ways to get the seeds and stuff. But yeah, the herb patch was it was fine. They also added hunter contracts, which I guess the jury is still out on those, like level 3 wise. I know they're like pretty much the meta for like regular UIMs, I believe. But for like level 3s, I don't think they are, because like you still get some herb XP from those. Like you still do the herby contracts, and I guess you get some herbs from the loot. Yeah, as level 3 you just don't have like any good teleports really. So like getting around the map to actually do those contracts, like for example, if you want to go to the falconry area, like I don't even know what the best way is to get there. Like there just isn't any teleports. So like you would have to make your own like very specific block list, I guess. And like I don't even know what you would want to do ideally. Yeah, I just don't think it's any good, and like you're missing out on so much herb XP. Like if you're actually going for 200 mil herb, then Hunter is basically worth 0, because you're gonna have to do like post 200 mil herby for herbs anyway. So yeah, I don't think the contracts are relevant to my account anyway. Also, it's kind of weird like how every skill is trending towards that same like contract slash task type model, where like you talk to an NPC and get a contract and do that. You get like these few minutes tasks constantly that you have to like do. Like I don't know, it's just the way the game is heading towards. I don't necessarily mind it, like watching people do, like I've seen Hibox Younger do the 100 contracts, and it looks actually kind of engaging, because there's like as a main you do like red chins as well for like range XP, and there's also good hunter XP obviously. So like you can tick many of those, and there's like a lot of variety to the method, and a lot of stuff you can do to speed it up. But yeah, that's about that for 100 contracts. They also changed a lot of stuff in Zeah, like with the favor. Yeah, they basically axed the entire favor system, which was kind of weird. Instead of like reworking it to be more engaging or like more fun to do, they just completely removed it. But they did buff the cranes by quite a bit. They used to give like 3x your level in crafting, but now it's 4x crafting and construction. So basically that one update, which was just like completely unpulled and kind of came out of left field, it's changed completely like the UIM crafting and construction meta. Both for level 3s and mains. So and not just changed the meta, it like completely destroyed the existing metas. I don't know if it's currently like viable to do. I've heard that recently there's been like problems with, because the method heavily relies on like logging like world hopping. I've heard that recently there's been issues with the servers or something, so I don't know if it's still a viable method, but like I think Herblore was getting like 110, 120k per hour in both skills, which was almost like 2 to 1 compared to like the old metas or EHP rates. So yeah, it was just like insane. Yeah, just like a random innocent updates just completely like destroyed the existing metas. There's like the main method is a bit different than the level 3 method. Res was doing the level 3 method. It's a really cool method, like you 3-tick regular 3s at Sawmill with the Kandarin headgear for double logs. And then yeah, go make cranes. I don't know, it's such a weird and cool method in my opinion that like I don't mind it at all. It's kind of a shame that like it combines basically 2 skills into one method. I don't like multi-skilling like that, where you're getting like XP in 2 skills for one singular action. It's kind of the same with like drift nets. You're just doing like one method basically and getting XP in 2 skills. There's other types of multi-skilling that is fine in my opinion, like eater fishing. It's like 3-tick fly fishing with 0-time cook. Like that's, you're basically training 2 skills at once. It's not just like you're getting XP in 2 skills with the same method, but like you're still doing like cooking actions and fishing actions like separately. It's not like you're just getting doing one action and getting XP in 2 skills. So like that kind of multi-skilling is fine in my opinion, but like getting just XP in 2 skills or more skills by doing like the same action is kind of weird. But yeah, cranes, I think they are like a net positive, even though it completely destroyed like the existing metas for level 3 construction and crafting. I'm kind of sad that construction got ruined by it, because doing like 1.5 tick teaks and mahogany homes was a pretty cool method in my opinion. Like it's a shame that that's not a thing anymore. But then again, like crafting used to be complete dog shit on level 3. You would like, if you wanted to be efficient, you would have to like mine like sand and farm seaweed, and then just make those at a bank pretty much at like Shiloh or Edgeville close to a furnace. Like that meta was not fun, it was really boring. And slow as well, like 65k crafting or something, full efficiency. So like crafting wise, I'm glad that that's not the meta anymore. And also like having cranes be the meta for construction crafting removed the need to mine sand, so that basically freed up a lot of mining XP as well. So you're not forced to do like 50, 60, 70 mil mining at sand anymore. You can just like send granites whenever you want. So that was like a pretty big plus as well. So like cranes, also cranes are like really cheap. They're basically free. It's like 150 mil maybe for 200 mil in both skills, which is just busted. It's even cheaper for mains because they can just buy the planks. But yeah, like it completely ruins or like destroyed the old metas. Ruined construction, which is a shame, but then made mining and crafting better, so I think it's like a net positive, honestly. And like the reason they, I don't know, like removing the favor and all of those, they made a bunch of other stuff, like updates in Zeah. They like updated, I guess the blast mine update was later, but like they upped the XP that you would get from like turning in the library books and stuff. It was just like a weird update because the reasoning was that like the reason they were buffing these methods was that you're not getting favor anymore. So like they felt like they had to compensate it somehow by updating the XP values, which is weird because like favor was completely useless before. Like once you hit 100%, then it's just like pointless. Like removing the favor aspect from those methods isn't like costing you anything, especially like when there's no favor system anymore even. Like I don't know, it was just weird. Like cranes as a method, I feel like they could have done something way better with it, like making it so different types of planks give different XP and making it so that they're actually like a soloable method, because right now you need to use like 1 or 2 alts to fix them faster. I feel like there was some like potential there, but they just said fuck it and slapped some XP on those. But yeah, it is what it is. Say in general, like half of the content is still like unfinished. I just don't like at all how yeah, like they updated Shazian and Hosidius, but the Arceus, Piscarilius, and Lavacanes, they all still look like shits. Like I don't like them at all. They're just way too big, and like the buildings are just too big. Like the walls are like an entire square thick. Like if you look at the houses here in Ardoin, for example, they're just like the walls are very like thin. But like in Zeah, like in every single house before they updated Hosidius and Shazian, like the houses were just so big and looked so weird compared to like every single other building in the game. But with the updates, Shazian and Hosidius, those look so much better now. Like the houses are the normal size, and yeah, I'm still waiting for them to actually update the other houses, which I think they've said that they will do at some point. But yeah, I'm not holding my breath. I guess it's way cooler to just add like new stuff in the game instead of fixing the existing stuff. That's just like the mentality at Jagex recently. But yeah, that's it for Zeah. They also added a bunch of stuff in Wilderness. Again, like I don't know why they feel that they have to like so artificially try to increase the number of people that go there. Like they added the Wilderness, they revamped like the Wilderness agility place, which is kind of relevant for my accounts, which is why I've listed it here. It's really good XP. You're getting like almost 70k an hour, unless you get like killed or something, and so much money. I think mains or like regular accounts who can just sell all the shit in GE, they can get like 2 million an hour just by doing like the easiest agility course in the game. Like it's so weird that they add something like that. Like it's straight out of some private server. Like you're just running laps, and then after you finish, there's like a pillar that you tag that for some reason it gives you like items. Like it's so fucking dumb. Like I'm not a big like lore guy, but that makes no fucking sense. Like why would there be a fucking pillar that you tag that like gives you items. Like it's so weird. Like at least make it so that it gives you like tickets or something that you can then give to some NPC who gives you items. Like like that would at least make some sense. Like you could like make up some lore there, but like you touch a pillar and you randomly get like noted fucking rune platelets. Like I don't fucking understand. It's so dumb. And it's like so artificial. You're trying to like increase the traffic in the wilderness. The same, they did the same with like the undead pirates, which I think they got nerfed. But on release they were just like insanely busted. I think they were like 3 mil an hour, very low level NPC that you could like cannon. So easily botted. Every world was like filled with bots there. I'm pretty sure like the agility place is also like full of bots these days. Like they're just adding content that's so easy to bots, that makes like no sense, just to like artificially increase the amount of people in the wilderness for the few people who actually enjoy like PKing. Like I don't know, it's just so dumb. Everything that they add in the wilderness is just stupid as fuck. Like I guess like the bosses there are fine content, but like pretty much everything else is just like the Revenant caves are just broken as shit. Always been. Like I don't know. It's just like a insane bot fest, and like not many actual players want to do that shit because they don't want to get like they don't want to worry about getting killed. So it's literally just for like bots who don't care. Like even if they die, they don't really lose anything because all botting is like 0 time. You know, it's just so dumb. But yeah, that's the Willy rant. I guess the agility place is not really relevant for like UIMs because you would have to like suicide every hour you go there, and that's probably just not worth. But like for regular irons, that's insane because you're getting so much money from there. Like I don't know how much it is, how much GP it is in like Alex, but like if you're a regular level 3 iron, then that's probably pretty good money, and like it's fast XP as well, so you're not really like losing anything. Yeah, then there was the skilling rebalance updates, or updates, I guess. That was like beginning of I think May or June, I'm not sure. They updated a bunch of skills. I think Slayer, Agility, Mining, and Thieving, maybe. Yeah, I think it was those 4. They like added some quality of life stuff, updated existing methods. I think agility wise they like made the courses easier, like you don't fail as much. They buffed the XP rates on some courses, which was again just so fucking weird and stupid. Like RD, this course was updated to be 70k an hour, like from 62k it's now 70k. So basically like over 10% increase in rates, almost 15% for literally like no reason. They said that they wanted to, I think the quote was that they wanted to like, fuck, I don't even remember, something about like bringing the XP per hour from the courses in line with other, some bullshit like that, which made no sense. Like RD is literally like the easiest skilling content in the game. Like this shouldn't be more than 62k an hour, honestly. And like just randomly updating existing stuff, like I don't like it at all. Like I don't mind devaluation when it comes to skills necessarily, like it has to come with some added costs. Like for example, the agility metaphor remains used to be RD, but then they added Sepulchre, which nowadays you can get like over 100k an hour there, which is an insane increase, like over 50% compared to the RD, or like the old RD. But that was completely fine because Sepulchre has like a pretty steep learning curve, and like it's like way more engaging of a method than RD. So like even like a 50% increase in rates can be justified if it comes with extra effort and like actual learning involved. But the bad kind of devaluation, like the worst kind of devaluation, is just like updating the XP values. Like upgrading or like updating RD from 62k to 70k, like you're not adding anything to the game. Like it's still the exact same method. You're just buffing it randomly. Like that's like pure devaluation. Like all the people who've done RD before that just got their time devalued. Like I think I had like 60 mil XP here before the update, so I lost like 150 hours, something like that, which it's not really a big deal. Like it's such an easy method that like I don't really mind time wasted, but like at the same time it's just so unnecessary. And like the redditors that complain about agility, they're not gonna hate the skill any less now that the course is 70k an hour. Like going from level 90 to 99 is like, it used to be like, I don't even know, like 120 hours maybe, and now it's probably like 100 hours. Like they're not gonna hate agility any less now that they have to do 100 hours of it instead of 120 hours. Like they're just not, they're still complaining about it. Like you could make already like 100k an hour, they would still complain. Yeah, that was the horrible updates. And agility wise, I don't think they did anything else. They added like some like marks of grace on different courses and other stupid stuff like that, but mostly just irrelevant stuff. Thieving as well, just adjusted some fail rates. Still a boring skill. Slayer, they added they made low level Slayer much better, which is I guess nice, obviously irrelevant for me. And mining, they updated a bunch of methods. They made Metalloc mine easier, faster. Salcano was made faster. Blast mine is faster now. They also updated the mining gloves to be OP as fuck at the start. Like you could just pretty much like foot pedal AFK, like grind it for like 100k. I think it was over 100k even. That got nerfed pretty quickly. But yeah, another like just completely half-assed updates. The only thing I was actually like looking forward to in the skilling rebalance was the Brimhaven agility arena. Like in their blog posts, they were talking about updating that place. They had like insane plans for it. I think it was like the 20th anniversary of that place. Like I think it was added like 2004, and or maybe 15th 2009. I'm not sure. No, it must have been 2004. Yeah, 20 years, and they just said something like, it's been 20 years since the place launched. We figured we could give the place some love, update it a bit. We could add like a bunch of stuff, do this and do that. And like, I was actually hyped. Like, I was really looking forward to like an active way to train agility. Like, this is currently the best thing we have. Level 3 is just RD. I was really looking forward to like Brim being the new meta at like 75 to 80k even. since this is 70k now, I was hoping Prim would be like 75 to 80k. But yeah, another like completely half-assed update. Like they didn't do anything there really. They just added or like changed some XP values around and called it a day. Like there was no new content added. They changed like the obstacle speeds, so just like changed some numbers in the code, and they added like tagging XP on the pillars, changed the XP values on the tickets, and yeah, that was basically that update. I did a lot of testing. I did like 10-20 hours maybe on launch. I had some fun there, like actually learning. Like it's not sepulchre levels of difficulty, that method, but there's like a bunch of stuff that you can do to min-max and get slightly better rates. I made like my own map there, highlighting like the optimal paths and stuff, calculating like the most efficient ways to move around the map. Like a lot of fun stuff you can do there. But yeah, it was just a big letdown. Especially on launch, like there was a lot of bugs, like you didn't get the correct tagging XP, for example. So on launch it was like 40k an hour. But then they hotfixed that. Then there was the huge bug of like being able to leave the arena and re-enter right away, which meant that you could like tag the same pillar like multiple times essentially. And that was, you could abuse that to get like over 100k an hour with an alt. But they fixed that too, like the next day. So yeah, then the method was like, I think the best hours I did there was like 67, 68k, which is worse than Arty at 70k. But you can buy, like with the tickets you get there, you can buy noted toad flags. You get 20 an hour. So technically I believe that would have been the meta for like level 3 irons. Like you sacrifice a bit of agility XP, but you get some herbs. It would have been like a worthwhile trade-off. So like technically it was the meta, and I did it for a while, had some fun there. But then people discovered that you could like foot pedal, repeat the obstacles there, like the jump pads. You could foot pedal them, basically just like spam click one spot on the screen for like 39k an hour. So they completely nerfed that method essentially, because like optimally when you're doing it, you wanna like repeat obstacles in the downtime. So because of people who were like foot pedal abusing it, it got nerfed. But they didn't nerf like the 4 spikes that you can still repeat. Like it was so incredibly stupid. They're so like clueless when it comes to skilling in this game. The mods, like it's actually insane. So like yeah, you can still do the foot pedal method, you just do the spikes instead of the pads, and instead of 39k you're getting 36k. But like it's still free XP basically. But yeah, that's the... And yeah, like they haven't fixed that at all. Like the imbalance is still there. Like the pads are nerfed, but not the spikes. But because the pads are nerfed, the method is basically dead for level 3s now. And it's probably not gonna get fixed, honestly. Yeah, it was not great. But yeah, that was skilling rebalance. I don't think anything good came out of that for level 3 irons, which was a shame, because like if they actually cared and were knowledgeable, they could have done some really cool stuff with the methods. But no, the best they could do was just like changing up some numbers, and that was it. I think I talked about that in the previous Ramble, like what I would like them to add in the Brimhaven place. Like there was so much you could have done there to make it better. I'm not gonna go over those again, but I just don't think they had like any resources to actually do anything about it, even though they kind of promised that they would. I don't know, it feels like all the mods that actually care about skilling are working on sailing now. So like the past 6 months have just been like dogshit skilling updates, because no one who's actually knowledgeable is working on these things. I don't know, might be wrong, but like that's what it feels like anyway. Then they were supposed to add like Herblore Part 2 this summer, which is about to be over. And with that update, they were supposed to add the Herblore skilling minigame, or whatever the fuck, training activity. I have no idea when it's coming and what it's gonna look like. They still haven't given any like info on that. Apparently there's gonna be some fucking Slayer boss end of this month, and they haven't mentioned Herblore Part 2 at all. So I think they're just waiting for the summer summit, which is, I believe, end of this month maybe, or early September, I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm fully expecting them to just hold off on the launch until like after the summer summit, so that they can hype it up more in the summit, make it seem like they have more content for the rest of the year. I believe, yeah, I mentioned that in the previous Ramble, like I think Herblore minigame was announced, but they did release like the initial blog for it, so like we kind of know what the minigame is about now. So I believe how it works is you're not going to need secondaries anymore, you just need the herbs, and you're like processing the herbs in the minigame, but you're not getting any like potions from it, at least directly. You can use the reward points then to buy like random potions, but you're not getting like one-to-one potions with the herbs. Yeah, like I don't I'm sure how I feel about that, because it's almost certainly gonna make Herblore faster, but the question is like how much faster, because obviously as level 3 you don't need any potions, so like there's no reason not to use all your herbs there, whereas like main irons probably wanna make at least like some potions the normal way, because they need it for like PBM and stuff. But yeah, I can pretty much just like send all the herbs there. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that they're basically making it so you don't need any secondaries, so like that part of the skill is just gonna be like gone now. Yeah, it's still like unclear like how it's gonna work, like how much XP are you gonna get per herb. We have no idea. They said something like they don't want to make it a high XP like activity, which doesn't really tell us anything, honestly. Yeah, like we just don't know yet. It's kind of weird too, because like it doesn't really matter if the activity itself is high XP per hour. Like it could very well be like 300-400k an hour, because the processing part of Herblore is already fast. Like actually gathering the items is the slow part. So like I don't know why they're like so hellbent on making it like a slow XP per hour activity, when like that's not the issue. Like the issue is if you're getting like bunch of extra XP per herb. Like if you're getting like, I think at Foundry you're getting like 3x the XP per bar. Like if it's something like that, then it's gonna be incredibly busted, because now you're like directly cutting away like this the gathering of the supplies parts, kind of like the processing part was already fast, but like if you're getting a bunch of extra XP per herb, then it's gonna be really broken. So like yeah, I don't know, like we're just gonna have to wait and see. I hope it's not too busted. Like if it's actually like a joke, then I think I said in the previous rambles that if it's actually like ruining the skill, I'm probably quitting. And like honestly, I mean, they've said that they've heard like the feedback from like Iron players, but like, yeah, that doesn't mean anything. I don't know. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see how that's gonna turn out. But yeah, it should be like, I guess September, unless they've pushed it back even more. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's it for the Herblore thing, I guess. They also, there's recently a poll with, so I'm doing Guardians of the Rift now, RC. They pulled a bunch of like coder stuff. It was mostly like just completely useless stuff for like the masses, basically. The small teams method is still gonna be meta, and basically all of the updates were directed at like masses. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There was some like useful stuff, like you now get XP when you use a cell on like a full HP barrier. Like that's a good update. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I'm not gonna go in depth in those. Yeah, I think that's it for the updates. That was fucking 40 minutes of ranting about dog shit updates. Yeah, I guess I'll go over the stats now then. So yeah, I just started RCing in the previous bit. I was 32 mil XP. And yeah, for the past 7 months, I've just been doing RC mostly. At 100 and bit over 100 mil now, 106. So done like 1,000 hours of that, pretty much, almost. I'd also been doing some mining. I was 16 mil in the previous one, now 50 mil. I kind of had the goal for the summer to hit 50 mil mining and 100 mil RC. So kind of glad that I got those done. Also hit 25 mil crafting passively from like RC. Yeah, just been doing like small teams, coder and 3-tick 4G when I wanna like click a lot. Also been doing some agility here and there, not much. I was 60 mil. 60 mil in the previous one, now 71, so like 11 mil. Like I said, it did like 20-30 hours of Brim when it came out, so got like a couple mil XP from there. But mostly just like RD when I'm studying or just wanna like completely turn off my brain. Yeah, Godor has been it's been fun. Oh, I also passed I guess 900 mil XP I think yesterday. Not really a big deal. Still waiting to hit the 1 bill. But yeah, RC has mostly been like fine, I guess. It can be really really training if you don't have like good teams. So there's like the Guardians of the Rift small teams Discord that Hilbox Young started when he was doing RC on his speedrun account, UIM. It's been like a really good place to like find teams. I've that seems pretty much like every day. Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit annoying if people are like trolling or like purposefully not paying attention and throwing games. But yeah, mostly it's been fine. It's been kind of fun seeing like a lot of people come and go, get their like 99s or doing their like pet grinds or getting 95 for like wrath runes on irons, whatever. So like every month there's like, you see new people, or like every week even. Yeah, I've also seen some super famous people there. I was doing some games with Hebox. I was doing some games with DKHO, with Coxie. We were doing like specific point boosting games for him. He was doing like the pet speedrun thing. It was kind of fun getting slightly lower rates, but like helping him out a bit. It was fun because like it was a completely different like method, I guess. So it was fun to like learn that as well. So I did some games with him too. Yeah, it's been like fun seeing a bunch of new people come and go. But I generally just don't like group content. Like it's really annoying having to like rely on other people. In real life too, like whenever there's like group projects in school or whatever, like it's just fucking pain. Like I don't think anyone enjoys like group projects, honestly. But fuck, it's so annoying having to like rely on other people to do the right thing at the correct times. And yeah, it's the same here. Like I would just so much rather solo if it was possible. But yeah, level 3, not really doable. But yeah, mostly been fine. I've been trying to like focus RC as much as possible because, yeah, like I said, I can't solo it. So like whenever there's teams available, I probably should be RCing. Just in case they like, just in case like the Discord dies or something, they ruin the method or something. Like I've been kind of paranoid about this stuff because like if I suddenly don't have teams, then I'm kind of fucked. I would have to do like, I guess like very bad solo games or just like say RC. But yeah, I don't think the method is gonna die. Like there's always gonna be people doing green logs and 99s, and it's such a good method. Like if you're an Iron Man or even like a regular account, if you're full efficiency, I think Badora has gotten the best rates. He's getting like 85k plus, even 86k. He's obviously like maxed and has, he's like fully focusing on XP. You can actually like push pretty good rates there. So like even regular Iron Men, like there are very good rates, pretty much comparable to the existing meta, which is doing like 1.5 tick day alt and ZMI. So it's yeah, really good method. As a level 3 I'm getting slightly lower rates. I'm getting like, because I can do like the good altars, I can do low death or blood. I'm getting like, and it depends on the team quality, like 75 to 77k, usually around there. I think the best hours I've done were like 78, 79k with like God gamers. Also, I'm like sacrificing quite a few inventory slots. Like I have basically all of this stuff. I like obviously store like the spade and the herbs in the looting bag and get rid of the caves. But yeah, I'm sacrificing like the nightshades, the rune powered seed box, looting bag. Like if you ignored all of that, and if you could like wear the pickaxe, for example, there's like 5 extra slots that you could use to get like slightly better rates if you're just like camping Goder, I guess. So yeah, I'm sacrificing like a few slots as well. I don't know like how far you could push the rates on level 3. Maybe like 80k tops, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm probably getting like 75k long term with like random teams. Recently I've had like pretty good games, honestly. There's been some Olympus homies running games. Shout out Trisk and Zero. Shout out Olympus, rank 1 Goder clan. But yeah, still got ways to go. I'll actually talk about that in a bit with the future goal stuff. But yeah, in the previous vid, I was also, let me check here, 46 mil farming, so 13 mil gained there, which is pretty nice. Most of that honestly is from snake grass that I've been farming. I've been kinda lazy, I guess, with the herb runs because of Goder. Like I'm always, whenever I'm doing Goder, I'm pre-starting with an alt, and that basically improves the XP rates by like almost 10%, so it's definitely worth it to do, especially if you're doing like 200 mil. Saves like 200 hours probably, if not more. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I've been lazy with the farm runs because like I'm pre-starting. It's kind of annoying having to like dip out and do a farm run when I have the responsibility of like pre-starting games, and like I don't wanna like annoy the team with that like every hour. So most of the time I'm not like doing any farm runs while rifting. I'll just do like farm running like between sessions, I guess, and whenever I'm doing something else like mining. But yeah, still averaging like 6, maybe 7 runs a day, which is still fine, but like it's not 10 to 12 that I used to do before. But yeah, it's still better than nothing. I guess I can show the back here. I'll just actually I'll just open like the screenshot here. Yeah, so this is like the loading back currently. I farmed all of the Dotflaxes I had, and also recently finished all of my Iris. So I'm doing Evans Hose and Lenderdimes now. Gotten a lot of Snape Grass. The Herblore minigame might make like the secondaries irrelevant. So like all of that Snape Grass might be useless in the future, but it's still very good farming XP. I'm getting like almost 250k an hour, like just farming them. And since I don't have contracts, I don't have like infinite farming XP generator there, I actually have to take that 250k an hour. Like it's better than, it's a lot better than like Tithe. So like even if they become irrelevant with the herb updates, it's still like good farming XP. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Been farming Nightshades every day, like three runs a day, maybe 4. That's just like an extra herb basically. Yeah, the runes are from Coder, obviously. I opened up my pools at 50 mil XP. There's a picture of the collection log. So I've done 16k pulls so far. The KC count is off in that picture, obviously. Like it's pretty much the KC that I have now. I think I have like 23k pulls banked at the moment. The reason I opened all of those at 50 mil XP was that there's actually like a points cap at 65k. I think like 65.5k. And if I didn't pull them at 50 mil, I would have hit the cap like before 200 mil. So I would have had to like open some of the pulls anyway at some point. So I just opened all at 50 mil, and now I should be, like by the time I hit 200 mil, I should be at like 62, 63k. So just like barely above or barely below the cap. So that's gonna be nice. Oh, with the coder updates, they also are gonna add like a fast looting thing there. You can pull like 5 times faster now, which is gonna be really nice. I fucking hated how like Temperos and Coder have had like such slow looting. Like both are like 3 ticks each, which means you can loot like 2,000 rolls an hour. Like that's the worst fucking mechanic in the entire game, in my opinion. Like you've already done like the mini game, and that's like the looting part, but they're artificially like limiting how fast you can loot. Like it's so dumb. Like any other boss that you kill, you get the loot instantly, right? But fucking Coder it's a 3-tick action, like looting. So you're getting 2,000 rolls an hour. So like if I had the max cap, which I will have in like 6 months or something, that would have been like over 30 hours of just like looting. And like for a while, like there's no reason why the looting shouldn't be like, if not instant, then like at least like a lot faster. Like 1 tick or like 1 tick each loot would be like fine. Now they made it so that you pull like 5 times every cycle, I guess. So that full 65k would be like barely over like 6 hours now, which is really nice. Glad they got rid of that. But yeah, like that's about it for Goder, I guess. I've also been doing, I guess I can talk about those. I've done some skilling competitions for the first time in a couple of years. It's been fun. Back in, I think it was February. Oh yeah, it was February, like Valentine's weekend. I did the Solace 48 hour. I was playing with Jaws. It was like a duo comp. 48 hour comp, or like 42 plus 6. It was a lot of fun. We got second place. There's like the picture of the standings, I guess. Was a lot of fun. We had no chance of getting like rank 1. I think we were like 10 hours behind. Also ended up doing like a mining day. I did mining for both of these comps. Ended up doing like a mining day during the comp, but like I did it on like 3 hours of sleep, probably less, like 2 hours probably. And yeah, towards the end I was just fried. Like I was barely like able to maintain the cycle for like even maintaining the cycle for like a minute was impossible. Yeah, so my rates tanked towards the end. I think I did like 29 EP in that day, which was obviously not great. I was gonna do like a couple 30 hours this summer. I was gonna do like a proper mining day, like with actual like good night's sleep beforehand and good prep. I wanted to do that. I also wanted to do like a Brim 30 hour for agility. Maybe even like RC if I got some good teams going for the entire 30 hours. But yeah, I never did those. It's been just like way too hot here. Even doing like 6 hours of mining is just painful. You're like sweating all the time. It's not fun. Yeah, doing like 30 hours in a row, like fuck that. I'll definitely have to wait until it's like at least fall, a bit colder. Just not enjoyable at all when you're like constantly fucking sweating. But yeah, no records this summer. Hopefully this fall. Then there was the Exceed 48 plus 6, so like 54 hour comp. That I did with Zeke. We got second place in that as well. Again, like 10 hours before, or 10 hours behind the first. Yeah, no chance of winning that. But that was fun as well. Just mining only in that one as well. There was a couple of comps this summer, but I missed both of them. There was like a Solace Week comp at the end of June, beginning of July, but I couldn't do that. I was like not at home for the first half of that week basically, so that was not really doable. And then there was Exceed 72 hour, I believe, like a couple of weekends back, or last weekend maybe, I'm not even sure. Already forgot. But yeah, that was bad timing as well. I was in the middle of exams, so I had to skip that one as well. I hope to be able to do one like this fall, but I'm also going to be really busy with school, so hopefully the timing matches. Because like I don't want to do a comp and then only do like I don't know, 20 ep in a weekend, like just no point. Like if I play, I want to go like all in and actually drop some good hours. But yeah, it's been fun to do comps again, especially like with mining. It's such a fun comp skill. But yeah, that's about it for the comps. Let's see, where are we at here? Bit over an hour. Okay, not gonna go too much longer here. I guess the future goals. Yeah, for this summer I wanted to do 50 mil mining and 100 mil RC. Got those done. But for the rest of the year, I don't really have like any goals, because honestly I have no idea like how busy I'm, like how much time I'm gonna have to actually play the game. So I'm just gonna be chipping away at like RC, maybe hit like 150 mil, hopefully. Yeah, that's about it. Like, don't really have any other goals. Do some mining whenever there's like no teams available. Actually, when I'm like studying or revising. Yeah, keep up with farm runs. Should hit 60 mil soon. Hopefully I get to finish all of my Snapecrest seeds soon. Still gonna be like a few months of those. Yeah, should hit 200 mil RC probably like early next year, maybe like March, April. Just gonna depend so much on like teams and yeah, how much other stuff I do, like mining. I'm not gonna talk about like what's after RC yet. I'll save that for the next bit, I guess. But the old plans that I had kinda got screwed over by the updates, like the cranes and stuff. I was gonna do construction, but yeah, I'm not gonna do cranes after RC, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that a secret for now. I might hit 6k ep by the end of the year. Probably not though. I'm currently at like, I'm like 4 ep away from 5k. So I should hit that today, I think. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna hit 6k. Same with like 1 bill XP. I kind of had those as goals, but just gonna be so much time. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to pull that off. But not gonna be like too far off. Probably like 990 mil, maybe like 5800 EP or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, just gonna keep RCing. Try not to lose my shit having to deal with randoms at Scoter. Mine whenever there's no teams, and a chill day when I'm studying, I guess. And yeah, keep up with farmers, obviously. Hopefully I've remembered to talk about everything that I wanted to. I've been streaming here and there, like maybe once a week on average, a couple times here and there. My Twitch is the same as my YouTube, like Artisan. I'll post a link there in the description. Posted some vids over like the year. So if there's like some new stuff that I'm testing out, then I'll post some vids, I guess. But most likely not. I've been thinking about making like a Goater guide, because the only guide for small sims that are currently is the Hibox Junges guide, which is, it like teaches you the basics of like what you need to do in the minigame, but I feel like it's a bit too simple. Like it literally just tells you like the basics of what you need to do to finish the games. But there's a lot of stuff that goes into like the minigame, like how the energy actually works there, like how the Guardian HP works. There's like loads of stuff that if you know how it works, then it's gonna help you make like better decisions in the game. And it's most likely gonna make you like rag less games or troll less. So I've been thinking about making like a kind of like advanced guide that goes through like every mechanic in the minigame. But I just don't have like any editing abilities. I don't want to just like talk for like 20 minutes. Like I would need some like graphics for the guide and like some actual editing. So like I don't know if I can pull all of that myself, like pull off all of that myself. Also thought about making like a written guide for it, but again, like I don't know. Honestly, that might be like more realistic approach. But yeah, there's like so much stuff you can do there to minimax your like XP rates and what you can do to like save games essentially from failing. And yeah, I feel like a guide like that would actually like go a long way in like teaching new players. But yeah, we'll see if I get around to doing that. Yeah, some people have been asking, whenever I'm streaming, I'm usually listening to like different forms of like techno, like progressive, minimal, deep techno, dub techno, stuff like that. If you're into techno, I'll leave my Spotify. I recently made it public. I'll link it down below as well, if you're looking for that kind of playlists. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the vid. I had like a notepad thing here of all the topics, and I think I've covered everything. Should post the next one like end of the year or beginning of 2025. But yeah, just gonna keep RCing, I guess, mining. And yeah, moving forward. If you made it this far, you're insane. almost 70 minutes. Hope you're having a nice Thursday or whatever day it is, and yeah, take it easy. Peace.